Everybody, I'm Chris at Wolfe Ridge Manufacturing. Today we're going to take a look at our new 35-ton heavy-duty industrial model powered with a 26 horsepower Kohler diesel engine. This is our first diesel powered splitter, and took us a little while to get everything tuned in. We still actually have to set our detents for the auto cycle valve. Otherwise, turned out pretty nice. Take a look at that here. And here we are. This is a skid mounted machine. So it's kind of for an industrial setting. Instead of having wheels on it and moving it around the yard with an ATV or pickup truck or whatnot, you actually just slide the fork tines in those fork pockets there, and you can lift it up with a skid loader from the sides, either side, or from the back. Okay, you can see we've got liquid cooled Kohler. It's a model, what is it, a D902. I think it's 26 horsepower net, and pretty torquey little motor. We actually are running a 42 gallon a minute Permco double pump on there. Total flow is 42 gallons a minute. And we got the hydraulic oil cooler there. That diesel is liquid cooled. And it has this control panel up here. In order to handle the flow, we actually got a hold of a Galtech Q130 valve. These are pretty good valves. This is the first one we've tried. They're pretty well known in the log splitter industry. There's one manufacturer that exclusively uses Galtechs, and in order to get the flow that pump puts out and be able to handle that flow, we end up trying one out. We'll see how it does, and then go from there. So on this machine, we've got a 5-inch cylinder with a 4-inch rod. Okay, so that's going to give you your power for running, splitting knottier woods and gnarlier stuff. Kind of the Tim the Toolman Taylor type of mentality. There's no replacement for displacement. If you want power, you got to go big or go home. So that's what we have here. Show you all the plumbing, and of course with this double pump setup, we got to do some special valving and stuff. You can't just buy a 42 gallon a minute 2-stage pump. They're just not available, so you have to you got to kind of make your own. So that's what we did. Here on this machine, we've got a 14 gallon diesel tank and a 28 gallon hydraulic oil reservoir. It's also obviously hydraulic. There's a thermostatic cooler on there. We have the log lift. This one can pick up 700 or 800 pounds on the log lift. These two hoses that are hanging underneath here, we just have to mount those up. Those are for running the conveyor off of this splitter. So you could, this customer ordered a conveyor as well. He's going to be able to plug in, if he's set up to split into the conveyor, he can actually run both off of this diesel and only have one engine running. with a double pump setup like this, you can do that, whereas a two-stage pump, it doesn't work. You're ended up in low speed most of the time. You're in the higher pressure side, running the conveyor, so it slows the splitter way down, like to, you know, about a quarter of the speed. But pushing red oak through the 12-way wedge, and this baby runs a 5.5 second cycle time on a 24-inch stroke with a 5-inch cylinder. To my knowledge, there's not any other manufacturer pushing that kind of a speed out of a 5-inch cylinder. Most guys are running, to get that speed, we look at right over here. This 22-ton machine running a 13 horsepower Honda, it does a 5-second cycle time, but it's a 4-inch cylinder. So you've got about 22 ton of splitting force on that machine. This machine here, you get the same cycle time, but a 5-inch cylinder. So, all right, let's give her a go here. Fire it up. See, we got our tack, got a battery light, glow plugs, oil pressure, temperature, and 2 auxiliary functions. On here, an hour meter. We got our tack, got the auto cycle valve, got a log lift, and our wedge adjustment. We're gonna run a 6-way wedge. Got a bunch of oak here. I'm gonna try and I'll split a few pieces for the video. You can see here, everything lights up. Throttle control here. Turn the dial. Bring it up where you want it. This is a 3600 RPM.
you have it.